Yeah, I'm at the studio, hold up though. I ain't get to roll no weed, I ain't get to roll no swishers. I was locked up on Christmas, I ain't get to see my niggas, I ain't get to hug my mama, couldn't even give her no kisses. Can't even post on my Instagram, could he pussy nigga be snitching? Everybody acting suspicious, might probably say that I'm tripping. When I'm all alone in my jail cell, I tend to get in my feelings. And all I smoke is that loud, don't pass me no midget. And I'ma smoke all of my pain away, cause that's the only thing that gon' heal it. I don't understand these women who go around pretending as if they really fuck with me. So I love them all from a distance, cause the same bitch say she down the ride, be the main one who trickin'. Got Molly mixed with promethazine, cause every time I wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47s, Mac 11s, Glocks and 9s, and all these pussy niggas hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it, I got murder on my mind, bitch, I got murder on my mind. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. 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 Yellow tape around his body, it's a fucking homicide. His face is on a t-shirt and his family's traumatized. I didn't even mean to shoot him, he just caught me by surprise. I reloaded my pistol, cocked it back and shot him twice. His body dropped down to the floor and he had teardrops in his eyes. He grabbed me by my hands and said he was afraid to die. I told him it's too late, my friend, it's time to say goodbye. And he died inside my arms, blood all on my shirt. Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47s, Mac 11s, Glocks and 9s, and all these pussy niggas hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it, I got murder on my mind, bitch, I got murder on my mind. 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 Bible tarantula, bitch, I'm an animal. Melly's a savage, no, he not no amateur. Baby's not entry, but fucked up on camera. Bitch, I'm a murderer. I might just kill the boy, don't wanna kill the boy. Bake him up, say he won't beef, we gon' grill the boy. I'm bleeding so good, I might dip his ass in it and spill the boy. Murder on my mind. Oh, oh, I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47s, Mac 11s, Glocks and 9s, and all these pussy niggas hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it, I got murder on my mind, bitch, I got murder on my mind. 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 Murder on my mind. Oh, young nigga world, bitch. Oh.
Yeah. Juice is eating ice cream with lots of caramel. I just had a ice cream sandwich, M&M's, on the Eminem beat, ironically. Yeah. 3 years. Okay, I'm the type to come in the game and just launch pain with a bronze frame and a tattoo of my mom's name. This industry has nothing to offer beyond fame. Time to take these niggas to school, LeBron James. Lesson 1, I'm a bad teacher who gave the class seizures. Smash diva, stash reefer in the lab freezer.
I found a reefer cord they stashed in the back of the lab, so I'm in class smoking gas, slapping the class preacher. Bring the house down to you hoes, Queen Latifah. I'm too fast, getting this cash, getting away. Get your brain bashed, chopper gon' smash, hit in your face. I'ma tie up just like a shoe, my flow lace.
Y'all niggas so fake, wash your face in my showcase. Fresher than Colgate, make hoes wait, I hold weight.
Bottle of rosé in a rose, driving with road rage for 10 days off Xans, just trying to get paid.
And since the 6th grade, I've been great. No sensei, my rent paid for 10 days, cause my pen's great.
I smoke 10 J's with 2 hoes that go both ways. Funny how 2 + 2 equals 4 play. Speaking of foreplay, had that shit in the hallway with another on a Sunday. I guess I'm just too blessed.
Ay, me and my nigga Juice WRLD taking over the universe. You knew it first. Got my mom Chanel with the newest purse. Birkin bag, never heard the act. What type of purse is that? Something that's very fucking expensive. I deserve to brag. I murder track.
This isn't mumble, it's murder rap. Type of shit your grandma understand with an old ass. Spend $500,000 and go back and make some more cash. The hair trigger Brazilian, you would get to.
See what you know about my life and my trouble past. Took the shuttle pass, hit the mall, I got double cash. Cop the duffel bag, 10 bands on my fucking ass. That's a subtle brag. High level, we be making moves. Hit the huddle fast.
Break the huddle, get a sack. That's a fumble on the play. Not in my house, he look like Mutombo in the face. Leave him spinning like a funnel cloud with lightning and some thunder like the Wizard of Oz. The way we carry him away. Carry him, then bury him. Barbarian. Beef with anybody, even if you vegetarian. My flow on a bowler, your flow just need clarity. Running laps around these chaps, it's embarrassing.
All right, what up, what up? Welcome everybody, welcome. All right, everybody, just gonna settle in for a moment. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Let me get a sound check. You hear me clearly? Good morning, good morning. I assume you guys can hear me. All right. Thank you. Okay. I'm just going to settle in for a moment. You guys should know the drill, though. Going to talk about Bitcoin first. We'll work our way down the time frames on Bitcoin. Then we'll get into altcoins. And then we will probably devolve into some sort of Q&A and back and forth with the chat. I'm going to periodically ignore the chat when I want to focus up on my sections, so I'm not distracted by the yapping and the questions coming in. But yeah, hopefully everyone is doing well. Mic volume's kind of low. I get really conflicting stuff about the mic volume, right? So I can't really turn the mic up any louder than it already is. I can do it just the tiniest bit, but it's basically maxed out now. I'll probably end up investing in a new microphone here soon because I do these streams so much for you guys. Okay, if you could do me a favor and press that like button. There's 150 of you in here and 27 likes, 160 of you now, 27 likes. If you could press that like button, I would appreciate it. Really helps push forward, my page in the algo. I say things that I shouldn't say, and I play music I shouldn't play as well. So definitely the YouTube algorithm does not like me or my account. So you guys pressing like is how I can kind of override that a little bit, but still continue to be me. I don't want to change and be a PG-13 version of me, right? That's not fun. Nobody wants that but YouTube. All right. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into the Bitcoin rundown. Before I do that, super quickly, the last time I'm going to show this, if you were considering joining the Paragon group, like we've said, this is the time to do it. We're not going to do these kind of discounts again. The next time we do a discounts like this will probably be this time next year. So if you were considering joining, this is the most opportune time to do it. The yearly sign-up's literally 40% off total right now. It's a fucking screaming deal, honestly. I wouldn't, shield that the way that I do if I didn't feel super confident that what we're offering is, per the cost. I don't think you're not gonna get anything else better. So let's go ahead and get into some Bitcoin talk, guys. So as far as I'm concerned, got some messaging popping up. That's distracting. As far as I'm concerned, I can confidently collect clout and say that my Q4 bull thesis that I originally introduced in about April of this year, it played out perfectly, right? So what's next? That's the question, right? What's next is I think that we're going to go up more. I think that we're probably going to continue to basically chop around below 100K, and then eventually we're going to smash through 100K. So why do you care about this? Well, one, you need to be prepared that there's going to be a couple of blood days here and there. Today is not probably the only time we're going to get that in the next couple of weeks. We're probably going to have one or two more blood days as we chop people up. But this presents a fantastic opportunity for many of you. If you didn't really participate in the trend as much as you maybe would have wanted to, or maybe the picks that you had didn't do that well, that situation is going to apply to, probably 75% of the people in our space didn't really maximize this trend with memes and Bitcoin and stuff. Now's your chance. I definitely have the read right now that as Bitcoin goes sideways, that a lot of the dog shit that got grossly outperformed during this period is going to play catch up. So I have focus on AI, I have focus on layer ones, I have focus on basically a lot of the subcategories that have done very poorly. Those are clearly in the middle of the catch up trade right now. So I don't like the whole alt season thing that people like to talk about. When alt season is alt season, guys, it's basically always fucking alt season if you know how to pick winners. But basically, if you didn't know how to pick winners over the past month or two, this is where you're going to see that across the board catch up, in my opinion. We're already seeing that. I did put that in the outlook that I put out yesterday, that last week was the first obvious sign where we were seeing the kind of catch up trade. Me personally, I only treat the catch-up trade stuff as just that. It's like a quick trade, right? So if I'm taking trades on layer ones and AI and different subcategories, I'm not going to be sitting in those like I am the other things, right? My other stuff I've showed you guys on all this time, all my long-term holds, I'm going to just sit in these long-term. I do not care about aggressively taking profit, but AI and all these other subcategories, I'm just going to fucking treat them as a quick trade and be in and out. I really think that as we see the catch up go across the board right now, that will be short-lived. Eventually all the shit will catch up. Bitcoin will be done consolidating, and we're going to go right back into the same meta that we had previously, where Bitcoin and memes just absolutely farm everything, and everybody that's stuck in AI and layer ones and RWA and all these different things, they're going to be sitting there wondering, why the fuck did I buy this shit? So that is basically my thoughts. A couple more things I could touch base on before I move on is that I think I'm going to continue to divide my plans up into a quarterly framework. This has worked really well for me over the past 2-3 years, so I'm going to continue to do this. So, with 2025 rolling around the corner, this kind of lines up where I think that we should have some de-risking going into the end of the year. Before we see continuation in Q2 or Q1, excuse me. So yeah, I think that basically Q1 will probably see a big expansion wave. So, basically similar to what we saw last year, right? Bullish going into the end of the year, a little bit of chop around the yearly changeover into bull continuation. So that's where I'm at. I think that we're going to do something very similar to what we did last year. If there's any questions about the Bitcoin macro, now's the time to ask about it. But there aren't any major updates that I need to really throw out here. I just I've been working with the same plan for a while, right? We've been trend respectors ever since the beginning of it. We expected to go sideways. We went sideways longer than everybody else expected, which is what I wanted to see. Made everybody uncomfortable, and then we got the expansion wave. Now's the period where I think that we're going to kind of do shorter term compression, very similar to what we saw right here, basically, right? October or November, excuse me, of last year. It even lines up on a, it's literally the same month. I think that we're going to be somewhat similar to this. So I think that, are the lows in, who knows? I'll try to give a better read on that when we drop down into lower time frames. But it doesn't really matter to me if the low is 93 or 90. I'm looking at 90 as pretty strong support right now. I will go ahead and say that. All right. So hopefully that's all clear. If there are any Bitcoin macro questions, hit me with it. Otherwise, we're going to move on to a couple more things. Let me check chat. Happy to hear that, Lord Sneed. Very, very happy. I use time Fibonacci's. Yeah, I made up my own fibs. They're called time. That'd be funny if I started calling it that. I bet like that could actually stick. But no, just breaking things up into years and quarters and stuff has really, really helped me a lot with my trading over the past several years. I really started to use this in 2020, but ever since then, it's been an actual main part of how I form my higher time frame plans. A couple of comments around the discount code. So just so you guys know, the way that works is if we only have yearly signups available right now on crypto, where VWAP was giving us a lot of trouble with some of that stuff. So you don't need a discount code. If you go and sign up on crypto, the discount code is automatically applied. For those of you guys that are having confusion with that stuff, I think I'll have somebody put out a tweet on the Paragon account that clears up some of that confusion. Okay, 83K before 100K. I mean, it's totally possible. Shorting or, trying to catch the downside moves is definitely a futile effort. Trying to predict where the bottom is going to be and call levels like that is also really not, the juice is not worth the squeeze there. Sell off at 100K? No, I don't think that we're going to sell off too much more than we already did, bro. We're going to build out a range up here, in my opinion. What do you think about the crypto bros that think the market cap of major coins is irrelevant and doesn't influence price? I don't really know what to say about that one. You got like stupid people talking to stupid people basically in those kind of conversations. Look, like in the short term, market cap doesn't actually matter, right? It's the order book. So let me paint an example. We could release a token that has some massive $15 billion fully diluted value, but there's only 20% of the tokens circulating, right? And then we go in to that order book and just buy, there's only one spot book, and we just go in and buy the fuck out of that book for 2 days straight. Do you think that we could lift something that technically has a $15 billion market cap fully diluted? Could we lift that to 30 just by going and buying through the order book? Yeah. And do we need to spend $15 billion? Hell nah. We could probably spend, $10 million and do that same thing, right? Believe it or not. I'm just guessing, right? Because it's impossible for me to know numbers, but I'm proving my point, right? So it's the order book controls the price. On a long enough time horizon, the market cap and the fully diluted value need to sync up with reality, but in the shorter term, they can be completely disconnected from any semblance of logic. Are you looking at 90K per the stacked bids on Binance Perps? No, I don't. I mean, I don't really care that much about the stacked orders in that way, right? Stacked orders, their intention is, all the stacked orders that everybody's yapping about on Twitter right now, their intention is to peg price, but, basically in this 10,000 point range between 100K and 90K. That's my view right now. Do I use in Silico Terminal? I figured you'd know that by now. Yeah, that's the only terminal I've used ever since I got off Quant Tower in like 2020. I've been in Silico Terminal only for 2+ years now. How would you position yourself if you get $1 million cash on January 1st? How am I supposed to answer that, bro? You know, is that a huge amount of money for you? If you're just about to come up on a bag all of a sudden, you probably shouldn't do much of anything. You should be doing really low risk things most likely. If you're about to come up on a bag, don't fucking go and gamble that shit away. If you're going to do any sort of investment shit with it, put it in super safe things. Put it in Bitcoin, Solana, and Doge. Thinking about de-risking some of your long-term spot, especially if we break the highs again? Probably not, guys. So look, with any of the derivative trading stuff I've been doing, I'm like incredibly aggressive about profit taking. But all the spot stuff, like these are my core spot positions right now. And I have no interest in really like doing anything dramatic with them except for Popcat. I'm probably going to abandon this one at some point. You know, how I'm going to try to sell the top this cycle is going to be like being locked in and watching and observing everything. Selling the top is not, you don't say that the top is going to be 122K and then sell 122K and sell the top, right? You have to play it by ear and adjust to what's going on in front of you. So will I sell? I honestly, if we break over 100K, I probably am going to want to sell things, but I'm going to play it by ear and not have a predetermined plan and just like market sell because we go to my level. Do you think meme coins are a better buy than, let's say, modular VC coins, etc., and why? 100%, bro. 100%. Meme coins are definitely, you know, this cycle, my bets have been concentrated around Bitcoin, Solana, and memes. And that's obviously been the play. So this is going to continue to be the meme coin cycle for sure. Is it the super cycle where meme coins will never go down again? Hell nah, right? But is this a good opportunity to ride strong momentum on memes? Yeah, I do think so. Do you really want me to get into the details around why everybody makes the same argument about why memes are good? VCs have high fully diluted values and they have the token supply and all, and they're just going to dump it on your forehead, right? That's the cliche thing to say. The truth is that meme coins have a lot of, you know, any of the smaller cap meme coins are going to have the same exact dynamics. So you're trading one evil for another, really. My emphasis is on large cap memes. Are there any signs that a puke is still to come versus the controlled grind down? Historically, you would expect all bottoms to form with some sort of selling climax, but because we're so much more mature nowadays, we're not getting that a lot of the times. So yeah, I mean, if we were to see like spreads get blown out and see a puke, that would be a reason for me to take a trade for sure. On the subject of Paragon discounts, it doesn't work at the 40% discount. They added taxes. That's, I mean, look, dude, that's probably just your location. I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess that you're English and that you're getting hit with the value added tax. I can't do anything about that. It's your country taxing you. Can you show a Pepe coin update? We'll get to Pepe later. View on Solana being down. The whole market went down, so Solana went down. Solana's still a good coin. I'll talk about alts after I'm done with Bitcoin, guys. Can you see yourself exposing the Cardano and XRP to get... I actually have XRP as one of my coins that might be a buy for sure. I like XRP over Cardano a lot more. The structure's infinitely better. Thoughts on Myro? Last time I looked at Myro, it looked like ass. But again, you guys are asking me about memes before. You know, we're asking about altcoins before it's altcoin section. It's Bitcoin section still. You guys are asking about meme coin. You're asking about alts, so I'm going to ignore you. We'll come back to that. All right. Quick conversation around VWAPs. We'll do medium time frame, and then we'll get into alts after that. So the quick explanation of what I basically want to say from a VWAP standpoint is that, you know, as soon as we started to get over 90, or even in the 80s, I started to express concern that price is so far away from value on high time frame, right? Yearly value is all the way down here at fucking 73K. Quarterly value is down here at 88K. It's not healthy to see price so far extended from value for a long period of time. So this is the main thing that had me kind of mentally prepared and being a little bit more aggressive about how I was playing things because of the downside potential. So how this should play out is either A, you're looking for value and price to converge and be at the same point, right? Which means either price chops and value trades up to it, or price trades down into value, right? One or two. These are the two main ways that it will play out. There's a third, but we're not going to introduce that. So this is what you really want to see. I'm really hoping that number one plays out, or we go sideways and value shifts up to us. But it's a really important argument. I know that I've shared this kind of argument with you many times over the years, and I don't think that a lot of you necessarily care, but that is a really important way to be viewing that shit. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing other people putting out threads on that shit next month. So that's going to be the synopsis on the VWAPs. I don't care about the yearly or the weekly. The monthly is like the one that is still really bullish and tells us that we look healthy still. This is the only one that looks healthy at all. 85 was or 95 was the first kind of level I thought would hold, and that's obviously not the case. So I think basically 90 is probably where we're going to look next. Technically, we could be, forming the lows now, and we'll have to adapt if that's the case. I don't have any crazy perp exposure arm right now. I'm just carrying over all the core spot positions. Basically looking right now for the next opportunity for, the next big swing long opportunity is upon us, right? As soon as this selling is done, whether we bottom here, we bottom here, we bottom here, I don't care. Obviously, I prefer actually that the top, the bottom is higher, so there's less drawdown on my bags, but you guys should be mindful that we are definitely setting up for the next big opportunity. This is the largest pullback that we've had since the trend started, right? Since the trend really kicked off, we have not had a pullback this big. Basically post-election. I guess we kind of have one the day before the election, but this is one of the biggest pullbacks we've had in the trend, and it's really not even that big. So this is definitely setting you up for the next big swing long, and that's the mindset you need to be having right now, in my opinion. Digress from all that. I don't think there's anything I really wanted to talk about on this chart, not with you guys at least. So we'll go ahead and just move on from there. I'm gonna catch up with chat, and then we'll probably start to move over into altcoins next. You're bullish on STX. Happy to see it's in one of my long-term plays. I own spot on it. You eating steak tonight? Of course, bro. No, I hardly ever eat red meat these days. Can you explain why we can't see the signature of flows from Sailor buying $5 billion worth last week? I mean, that's where a huge chunk of the buying is coming in. Look, I'll explain this for you guys because I know there's a lot of confusion about this. When Sailor's organization says we want to buy more Bitcoin, what do you guys think happens? They go to an OTC supplier and they say, give us Bitcoins. And they go, okay, how many Bitcoin do you want? And they go, give us 10. And then they give them 10. So that's basically how it works in an overly simplified way. There's somebody or multiple people's jobs is to go, I mean, I've literally almost had this kind of job. I didn't take it. But your boss tells you, this fucking organization wants this amount of Bitcoin. Go buy that amount of Bitcoin for as cheap as fucking humanly possible. If you spend more, you're fired. That's basically what that is, right? So people just go in and fucking TWAP and buy up these huge supplies of Bitcoin really, really carefully. I don't know the stipulations of how that kind of OTC stuff works. The OTC shop they'll make those rules themselves where they source from. Obviously, Coinbase is the main venue where you would expect it, but they might be buying off of other venues as well, and I just am not tracking that. It's not really worth you caring about, guys. Like, Is seeing those flows going to help you? Probably not. It's going to make you bullish, if anything. It's not going to tell you that we were going to pull back, right? The main thing that told you we were going to pull back... I just fucked my YouTube up. The main thing that told you we were going to probably pull back was the fucking ask skew, right? That's what mattered. So yeah, it's probably mostly all OTC. What is OTC? Over the counter. So You know, when you go and market buy to get your position, that's not how big people get their positions, right? I want $100 million of Bitcoin. Go buy it for me. That's what OTC is, basically. How important is dollar weakness for sustained crypto bull market run? I don't care, bro. I don't really ever pay attention to any of that kind of stuff, right? It's just extra noise in my system for sure. Weakness in Popcat comparison to other memes, the main reason you look to cut it. Yeah, I don't like it if I compare Popcat. Not only Popcat's price action is disgusting, but if I compare that against any of my other large cap memes, Doge, Pepe, Bonk, it just like, I just don't like the way Popcat trades by comparison. I think it's dog shit. Damn, Soul's 220 already? That's crazy. Before y'all ask, maybe Google the question. That's crazy. Yeah, sometimes you guys ask questions you don't really need to, but it is what it is. Are you buying into ETH to catch the narrative? Nah, I don't really care. If I'm being super honest, guys, like I don't need to chase any of the other plays. My main chase trades right now are probably layer 1 and maybe AI. I'm probably not gonna chase ETH as much. I own a tiny bit of ETH spot, but nothing meaningful. I'm just, yeah, not convinced by this, really, more than anything. If, you know, compare ETH against Bitcoin. I know that there's been a couple of days where ETH has been pretty strong recently against Bitcoin, but that's not enough for me. There's been plenty of times where we see that short-lived strength and then it ends up fading away anyways. So, no, I'm going to continue to focus on Bitcoin for sure between the two. I don't dislike ETH, and ETH probably has room to trade up and stuff like that, but this is clearly a much weaker coin, you know, compared. I mean, when we put the Bitcoin chart up, it's just insane, the difference, right? And, you know, I've traded for long enough to where I don't try to play catch-ups, right? I don't believe in that very much. I much prefer to just isolate what's strong and just play the strong coin over and over again. I keep explaining these lessons, and I keep watching people not really digest them. A lot of these coins that you see are going to have big green days this cycle where you're going to go, wow, I should have bought that thing. It just went up 62%. But that's not real outperformance, guys. Just because something goes up a lot, you need to zoom the fuck out and look at what it does over a long period of time. Is it trending up, right? One of the most important reasons why buying strong coins is so important that people don't even probably account for is when the blood comes, that the strong coins are the things that hold good market structure and pull back less, right? And then they recover quickly. So it's just literally all around makes your trading experience smoother when you actually focus on the strong things instead of always trying to play catch-up shit. You normally constantly check up on your portfolio. Not like, you mean in my life? Nah, dude. Free alpha, guys. Just don't fucking tell people what you do. There is less than, you know, I have less than a handful of people in my life that actually know what I do or know what, you know, my accolades look like. You know, there's not really anything good that's going to come from a bunch of people fucking asking you shit. Can you talk about how you find setups on strong coins? I struggle to find good setups and compared to weaker coins. So yeah, I mean, that's why people gravitate towards that, right? The weaker coins they're going to have better risk to reward and things like that, right? But that's the trade-off that you get in expected value ultimately. So how do I do it all? I mean, we have a lot of education on this in the Paragon group, and Charlie's probably the best guy for spaghetti stuff in our space, but it's all spaghetti VWAPs, a little bit of a screener tool and narrative stuff, right? So what do I do on my own is mostly spaghetti and VWAPs. And then, you know, I use information that I get from my peers as well for confluence with that. But I mostly just operate in my own vacuum of spaghetti VWAP. You think WIF will be good eventually? I'm going to keep it 100. I don't like WIF. Out of all the large cap memes, WIF is definitely not one of the ones that, you know, I've been saying this for a long time now, ever since I stopped trading it a while ago. I don't like WIF that much. This structure does not look terrible, don't get me wrong. But after I caught this move on it, I've been like, you know, the Andy meme of I don't want to play with you anymore. Caught 240 something% on it, and I don't really like the way that this coin trades. If you compare this against like any of the other large caps, it's just not something I'm super interested in. Have a small bag, but considering rotating into Pepe or Bonk, yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that Bonk and Pepe are, you know, look at what I own, right? I think that Bonk and Pepe are better coins for sure. ETH PTC is my personal 911. That's crazy, but accurate. What's your opinion on people trapped in the ETH betas from last December? Is that a narrative that people are trapped in them? I don't know, bro. Sucks to suck if you're stuck in OP or LDO or whatever, and then you watch Dogecoin and all these other things go up, then that sucks. What L1s and AIs do you think? So I don't actually really like the AI coins. Don't actually have the structure that I'm looking for just yet. They're like on the precipice of being bullish. The layer ones though that I like are FTM and Say. Like, these things are very strong, and FTM in particular is, this thing's gonna send. I know this unironically looks very similar to what WIF looked like when I said I don't like WIF, but there's other reasons that are going into that. If you compare WIF against Bonk, Pepe, Doge, any of these other things, right, it's getting outperformed, and that's a problem. If you chart WIF against those other things, WIF is not doing well. That's a pretty important thing for me. What up, Nikki? Your family doesn't monitor you constantly. Negative. I think a lot of my family members are just like, let's let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do and not bug him. What's your opinion on when the bull run will end? I've publicly said March 2025. So either we end at the end of Q1, it's over, or we do the same thing we did this past summer, and if we do the spring summertime chop again, that's potential as well. So just take the last 2 years and fractal it, and then that's my argument. Shorting FTM, you need God for sure. You done GOAT? No. I mean, out of the AI coins, I don't understand why everyone loves this coin so much. I think it looks like shit compared to, I'd much rather trade larger cap, more liquid coins than this. Thoughts on Say? It looks very strong. Yeah, Say is one of the coins that I do like. For layer 1 plays, for sure. It's definitely strong. Imagine being trapped in Starkware. That's crazy. I mean, forever. I know I obviously have a bias and I take this into account, but I mean, if there's ever a time to sign up, it's now, right? We're not going to give these discounts again anytime soon. There's even just, yeah, can't say the next part actually. So you don't consider Sailor at all in your analysis, even with him having such a big impact on the market this cycle? No. Look, guys, any sort of buying or selling that any of these guys are doing technically should be showing up in all the major spot venues, right? So if I wanted to go and find Sailor's flows, I could go and spend time and go and look at every major spot venue and I could find him, right? He's there. It's just I just don't care. Sorry, I just punched my mic. One of the things I've been trying to preach, guys, is that, like, we're in this kind of risk on stage. This is not the time to be smart. This is not the time to be trying to outsmart other people and use your brain, right? I'm like fully turning my brain off with everything I do is very, very simple right now. I just please try not to use your brain too much, guys. You're just going to end up a midwit 100%. Just go be 60 IQ willingly. For a short, like during the risk on stage, willingly become 60 IQ and you'll do better. All right, after I catch up with chat here, I'm going to run through some tickers, but I'm going to focus on catching chat first. People have been calling for alt season after the break from 70K, although there are very few coins that got multiples. Do you think we should expect pumps across the board anymore? We shouldn't expect. So, I mean, one of the things I was saying at the beginning of the stream is I think that while Bitcoin chops here, that you are going to see a lot of coins catch up. But as soon as we leave this range, we're going to go right back into the same meta where Bitcoin and memes shit on everything else, most likely. So, yeah, I mean, guys, for this entire trend, you know, this trend has been a different meta for us, where in previous trends, you just got everything going up together. We don't have everything going up together anymore, right? If you can't pick good coins, then you're getting fucked. And that's just what, you know, these are the kind of lessons I've been saying over and over and over again for a long time, right? I always am trying to teach how I filter. I don't know why I'm always trying to pass that on to you. I'm just trying to fucking give you guys a chance. Really thinking January 20th. Short-term top. I think that the selling will probably come before his inauguration. What's your opinion on ICT concepts? He did a really good job of debating people. He took other people's ideas and slapped his name on it and then became famous for LARPing. So yeah, good for him. Order blocks and stuff are legitimate. Tune into the stream and have him say something nice about me. Yeah, well, I gotta balance it out. We just had a conversation where I was roasting you, so we gotta balance it out a little bit, you know? Had a STX bag. Nice, nice. Yo, Charlie, could you be chat tech support because everybody's saying the discount codes aren't working? You don't need discount codes on the crypto signups. They're only on credit card signups, guys. And they definitely work. Because I double checked them all just recently. The yearly is the one that has issues right now only. But if you sign up with crypto, it doesn't matter. It's defaulted with the discount. Thoughts on possible Nero Doge trading, expecting Doge to leg Nero maybe too. So I don't really trade Nero that much, so I'm not going to speculate on it all that much. But, you know, I'm definitely super bullish on Doge continuing to trade up. This is my third largest bag, and I do expect Doge to go up more. Slam those likes. My perp journey has been a crazy roller coaster. Anytime I take profit, it goes higher. Anytime I don't take profit, I round trip. What is the solution to this? That's crazy, bro. Dual trade. There you go. When you want to buy something and you think it has legs on it, buy it on spot, buy it on the perp, aggressively take profit on the perp, ride the spot. That's what I'm doing on a lot of these coins, like Doge, for example, right? I'm massively spot long on Doge from about here, or a little bit lower actually, right? I took a short-term trade on Doge to be long going into the weekend. It was long 38 cents, and my plan was to dump on you on the weekend, to be honest. I don't remember what I said publicly, but I know that in the Paragon group, that's what I said. So this is a good example of where if I didn't take profit on my perp, I would have round-tripped a full trade, right? But I did take profit on it, so that's how I do that, right? I sit in spot trades, and then I take shorter-term perp trades. I'm very aggressive about taking profit on the perp. If for some reason I took profit on Doge and then it went up a bunch, I would not care because I still have the spot bag, right? So that's how I do that. It's nothing crazy. I'm going to try to roll through some of these coins pretty quickly. Honestly, it really is disturbing how every week I turn these streams on, though, and I just get asked about, like, the wrong coins, guys. Like, I put forth the lessons about how to sort, and then we don't always learn our lessons. Like Tia, for example, right? I just don't really see a realm where this is one of the ones I want to be focused on. Alright, so Tia is a good example of one of these coins that's going to look like it's overperforming because in a short period of time it's going to be green and go up. But this isn't going to likely be something that goes on like a Bitcoin style trend where it just trends up and just makes all-time highs and keeps going, right? It's just unlikely with any of these things in my opinion. I think that you want to look for that growth on large cap memes and stuff. Is this going to be the last bull run? No, of course it's not going to be the last bull run, guys. This will be my third cycle that I've traded now. And every cycle I've ever traded, there's always people yapping about how we'll never go up again and we'll never have another cycle. Don't allow that to creep into your minds. People are greedy and will always want to gamble to make money. So, yes, when bear markets come, it takes a while for us to forget about our pain. But people will always forget and then start to gamble again. Would you say the majority of your development as a trader was refining your system or your psychology? In the early days, it was definitely about the system. And then as I got more experience, it's been all more, about psychology. 100%. Psychology is definitely like using my brain properly and analyzing myself is where the majority of my growth has come from. Indicators are 1 Bitcoin per. That's crazy. The Dogecoin trade was really great. Thanks, bro. I actually got shit for the Dogecoin trade at the beginning. I had people telling me that I was stupid for buying Doge, that Doge will never overperform, that you should buy my $50 million market cap coin instead. Lesson, don't read chat. We got to balance it out because there are some legitimately good things that could pop up in here too. Looking to add on bonk, any levels that you would look for strength. Yeah, so I'm actually looking to build up my bonk bag as well. We can talk about that. So as far as I'm concerned, bonk just broke out of this kind of massive, consolidation. So I think that bonk, basically all the large cap memes except for Popcat, which is going to get removed from this list here soon. I think these guys are all just like basically ready to fucking go again once Bitcoin is done. So let's look. Honestly, where it's already at looks really good. Let me let the volume profile load up. Yeah, honestly, I kind of think that Bitcoin is bottoming out here anyways, so that kind of lines up really well. I actually really think that you're just looking for one of these kind of things where it rounds out here and then reclaims this stuff, and then we're kind of off to the races to set new all-time highs. So I have a spot bag on this, and I'm patiently waiting for the next opportunity to take a perp trade along with it. I'll aggressively take profit on the perp trade and then try to ride the spot, right? That's how I do that stuff, guys. I always position on both on the things that I actually want to like trade actively. Sit in the spot, gonna try to ride the spot up, and then look for a perp trade on this. So basically, if I think that Bitcoin, I'm gonna continue to watch Bitcoin. I'm not paying super close attention, but I feel like Bitcoin is trying to put in a rounded out bottom right now, right? So if Bitcoin can round out its bottom and start to make me think that it's going to trade back up again, then like bonk is a perfect example of a perp trade I would take. I already own some spot on this, and I'm probably going to be buying more of it. So yeah, that's basically going to be the TLDR on bonk. A lot of these coins that do this kind of move where they break out and they kind of go up maybe a little too much, and then they'll kind of lose that range and then hit some VWAPs over here and then kind of come back and reclaim this range. That's the setup that I've seen on altcoins a lot. I've seen this on Doge. I've seen it on Pepe. A lot of these large cap memes do this. So this is what I'm expecting from bonk to do. I know that was kind of a crazy drawing, but everything makes sense. TLDR, I think it's probably bottoming out here. That's definitely what I'm hoping for. Because like I said earlier in the stream, I'm patiently waiting for the next kind of batch of trades to come my way. But I have to wait for Bitcoin to be done selling off, right? Until Bitcoin's done selling off, basically everything's going to get dragged down. My honest opinion is if Bitcoin didn't sell off, that a lot of these memes, a lot of these large cap memes, bonk, Pepe, Doge, for example, right? These things would have already traded up. Doge would not have been reverted this if it wasn't for Bitcoin selling off. Doge would probably be at, 55 cents right now. If Bitcoin stayed at $99, Doge would be at 60 right now, probably. Same vibe on all of them, really. Platform for pair trading. Doc has a partnership with some pair trading. I think they're called Pair. But I don't have anything to show you on, bro. Hot time frame thoughts on Solana? I didn't really cover Solana. I'm very, very optimistic about Solana. So unfortunately, we did revert a lot of the kind of move that we just did, but structure still looks really good on this. This is kind of a classic way that I view things. Always looking for these impulse candles to be the next major support. So this really lines up pretty well, with this potentially being another good area to bet on the lows being in. I'm very, very, Solana being my second biggest bag. I'm obviously a little bit biased, but I still feel very good about this thing. I think that Solana is going to continue to be a winner this cycle and continue to outperform ETH. Like, we're going to get these short periods where ETH and things that have worse fundamentals behind it, if you will. I don't really want to call it fundamentals. A lot of things are going to play catch up short term, but the value is going to continue to return to Bitcoin, Solana, and large cap memes. That's my opinion. For the short term, I don't know what you mean by 6 to 1 year outlook. Where do you think the money demand is coming from to buy crypto, given most young people are poor as fuck and boomers don't understand crypto and rising rates? Well, rates did shift the other way, I'm pretty sure, right? We already got our first batch of rate cuts. Look, guys, like, there's always going to be people fucking buying stuff. Again, like, you're over here asking questions like, where's the money coming from? Who gives a fuck where the money's coming from? Like, right? Like, it's just, whenever you're curious about something, ask yourself this: is this going to help me trade more effectively? Right? And you knowing where the money comes from doesn't matter. So I can give you an answer for that, which is that pretty obviously fucking, like, legacy money is coming over, right? That's what's driving the Bitcoin price up and stuff. It is boomers, right? Not the boomers themselves, but the people that run the boomers' money are buying into these things. The inflation hedge or whatever is one of the hilarious things that's getting shilled to old people. So it's not useful for you to ask yourself where the money's coming from. Again, you guys just, like, stop trying to be smart and start accepting your role as a stupid market participant. I don't say that it's not to be mean or anything. I do the same thing to myself, right? Instead of allowing myself to end up in the middle of the distribution, I just intentionally be more dumb, right? There's SCR on your watch list. One of my boys shielded on me, so I'm watching it closely. It should not be at the top of the list, and it's not one I would chill you guys on either. Just something I'm paying attention to. Thoughts on grass? I'm just going to let Doc keep killing it on grass. Doc has been a part of the grass trade since the beginning, so honestly, probably best to ask him about that. STX doesn't look that good, does it? I think STX looks good. STX has not been an outperformer. I have a reasoning for why I think STX will do well other than this typical Bitcoin beta argument. What about Doge structure makes you bullish? Losing 0.29 area is big, no? Well, bro, what are you talking about? We didn't come anywhere close to losing 0.29, right? 0.29 is down here. So, look, guys. If you look at this, like, this is pretty obviously it wants to trade up. And let me learn you on the fuck, what was that guy's name? The big Dogecoin manipulator guy back in the day. I can't remember his name. Wulong. The Wulong paper, right? The Wulong paper talks about the test pump. So a lot of the times you'll have something that's bullish and you'll have something that does like a test move that fails. And this is good for two reasons. One, it's actually giving us bullish market structure. And two, it's clearing out that supply, right? So a lot of the supply on Doge, for example, got taken out over the weekend. So when we come up into this region, there should theoretically be less passive sellers there this time around that want to hold the line. So that's why, like, this thing is actually not bearish, even though you probably think it is. It's actually bullish. The structure's still really good, and we just did a classic test pump. So I really think that a lot of the large cap memes are about to just, like, my large cap memes are going to have a move here soon. Once we're done moving coins around in different sectors, it's going to return to value. Bitcoin and memes. Doge at 50.5 cents. Oh my god, Gib. Yeah, I would be cooming for that for sure. Thoughts on Doge, on the Bitcoin premium turning into a Binance premium? Again, this is the same kind of conversation as what we were having already more than once. Most of you guys probably shouldn't sit here and worry about the premium discount because you don't have a fundamental understanding of what this is telling you anyways. Discount and premium are not inherently bullish or bearish, right? You have to contextualize it. What's liquidity doing? What is the trend doing, right? What's momentum looking like? You have to contextualize it based off of those kind of things, right? So people are yapping about how the premium is bullish for us when we're up here, and when it's not. The premium existed up here not because anybody's buying on Coinbase. There's actually very little buying on Coinbase, mostly selling on Coinbase during this. The reason why this premium existed was because the ask was so thick on Binance. So if the ask is thick on Binance up here, another fucking shitty drawing tool, and the price can't get through those asks on Binance, that means that Coinbase's price will almost by default be higher than Binance because there's much less liquidity in the way, right? That is why this took place. What's taking place over here? To be honest, I can't just tell you without going and reading things, and I don't really want to. My best guess is that probably that Binance is, probably creating the bottom right now. Binance is probably creating the bottom on perps and on spot. And we can probably go ahead and make that argument in real time right now, and what do you know, right? Looks like Binance has some shorts closing out that's lifting price, and Binance has some spot buyers coming in. What do you know, right? So you contextualize these things. Premium and discount means nothing on itself, right? You need to fucking figure out, why is there a premium or discount? You could tell there's a level of frustration from me with that conversation, because everyone wants everything to always be 1 + 1 = 2, but that's just not how life works, right? Can you dox your Spotify playlist? Nice try, buddy. Is there a rangy chop over the next couple weeks? Or if there's a rangy chop over the next couple of weeks, would you expect the first low to be the lowest low? Yes, we would. If we are going to do my chop thesis, we want to see it do the meme upwards ascending triangle where the lows are higher each time to give us a huge breakout. That's what we want to see, this kind of pattern. I always look, this is my favorite pattern in bull markets. Study this. You will appreciate it. Will ADA make all-time highs this cycle? I don't know, bro. Probably. Ooh, fuck. This thing went up a lot. It's going to be hard for this thing to make all-time highs. It really just depends on how high Bitcoin goes, right? If Bitcoin's top is 113K, then no, this thing's not going to make an all-time high. If Bitcoin's top is 200-something K, then this thing will probably go up a lot, right? That's how you want to think about that. Thank you for the content. FTM just keeps crawling up. You think it's good to just ape spot here? I mean, should you just be aping spot into this? Probably not, Is this a smart place for you to be buying stuff? Probably not, dude. You want to be trying to buy sub $1. Leaked alpha for free. Crazy, right? I don't even know what I was talking about, but yeah. The alpha leaker. What up, Reg? Thoughts on XRP and XLM? I'm not going to look at XLM because it's basically just beta to XRP, but I'll look at XRP. I like it. Simple. This thing is a very, very strong trend right now. Dips are for buying on this. I consider this to be a very safe coin. XRP is in the same basket as BNB and TRX, as these are just coins you can buy, and they're going to go up slowly. None of these kind of coins are going to just have massive outperformance where you're just going to wake up and be rich one day. But this is what these are safe grindy plays that you can buy, in my opinion. Swapping the cat for the frog here. Which cat, which frog? All right, guys. So I'm probably going to wrap up the stream here in the next, maybe 10-15 minutes. Before I do that, you guys can throw anything you want in the chat and I will answer or cover it. Really quickly, just do a synopsis on my own bags, right? These are the things I own. I still, Bitcoin is still my biggest bag, and I still expect that Bitcoin is going to be outperforming the majority of altcoins, right? The only places that I'm looking to really have, alternative plays are going to be Solana as my other safe play, and then the large cap memes. These are the large cap memes I like the most. Doge, Pepe, and Bonk. I really don't like the way that Pepe's structure looks as much, but this could quickly change, right? Where it does one of these kind of things, like I just talked about. It reclaims this range, and then all of a sudden this is bullish, right? Very much the same kind of vibe with Bonk, that as soon as Bonk has some initiation from buyers, all of a sudden I think you'll see like momentum get sparked again on it. And then last thing is the STX bag, right? So I'm bagged up on STX, and I think that the chart looks pretty decent on this one as well. So these are the ones that I'm currently positioned on. I do have other trades here and there, but it's mostly on smaller cap stuff that I don't really want to talk about with you guys. There's only one frog, yes, the frog. Want me to look at Avalanche? I think Avalanche is probably dog shit, bro. But let's see. AVAX. Okay, local trend on Avalanche, pretty good. Immediate term trend. Yeah, so I mean, like, this is a classic example. This is a coin that if you buy this thing, it will go up. But will Avalanche be a massive outperformer this cycle? Probably not, right? And that's basically how I always ask myself when I'm trying to... One of the main things I ask myself when I'm filtering things is I'm looking for something that's not just going to outperform in the short term. I want something... That's why I picked these things, right? I think these things... Well, they have already given me that outperformance, right? It's important to make that point. And I think that what has outperformed will continue to outperform. STX doesn't really belong on that outperformance list, but I think that over the next couple of weeks that that's subject to change. I was expecting new month fuckery once again, so I was trying to sit on my hands until next week. Well, you basically got that, right? I mean, we opened the week up, and this is the beginning of the week fuckery, right? Very, very common for it the week, any sort of opens, daily open, weekly open, monthly open, to get some fuck you before you see trend continuation. So that's likely what we're seeing now, right? I just want to see a more confident bottom structure get put on this thing, and then I'm gonna be loading up the next gambles. What do you think will be the new floor this cycle percentage? What do I think will be the new floor this cycle in terms of percentage or absolute terms? In terms of like how low price will go, it really all depends on how far price is going to go up. Macro bottoms in the future, how wild is it going to be when Bitcoin's macro bottom next cycle, next bear market is like 50K? That's not unrealistic, right? So I don't think that, like, we're not going to have macro lows that low in the future, right? It's probably going to be something similar to what we saw, but this by comparison. So if you can take this to this, then the next low is 50K probably, right? That's how I look at this. Remember the summertime depression at 50K? I sure do. I sure do. Good times, honestly. I enjoyed those times. I know that not everybody did. On a drop like today, what would you look at for lower time frame strength? Spaghetti risk on. Is Bitcoin giving me bottom signs? What's Spaghetti telling me? What's VWAP telling me, right? There it is. That's how I trade. Anything else on Solana? Not really, bro. I'm very bullish on Solana. I think that if Bitcoin bottoms out now, then that means that these are all the bottoms across the board on these markets. I really like Solana. It's done incredibly well for me this cycle. I did bet on it very early. My average is probably like $35 or something like that, so I'm max comfort right now, to be honest. But that's the same vibe on all the spot bags, right? Some of these I'm not as comfy on, like I'm you know, I'm above water on STX, but I'm not like in massive profit on or anything. But basically all these bags, I think, are subject to C-trend continuation. Did he like FET? Yeah, FET is one of the main AI bags I'm looking at right now. If I'm going to rotate into take an AI rotation trade, that is the main one that I will look at. Do you think Pepe outperforms Doge? Thus far, it has not. Do I think it will? I don't know. It should, theoretically, right? All the, like, Bonk, Pepe, these should outperform Doge, theoretically. But we'll see, right? I don't have control over that. So I just buy all of them, you know? Simple. Do you think Bitcoin in regards to evaluation, 3 trillion market cap or 150K, even flip NVIDIA at some point? Are you asking me if it could flip NVIDIA? Could even flip NVIDIA at 3.5 trillion. Like, that's not unrealistic at all. Like, honestly, Bitcoin getting to 3 trillion, 3.5 trillion this cycle is totally within reason. Diamond handing Bitcoin to over 1 million next 10 years. You're going to have a lot of round trips and stuff and a lot of pain, but good luck, bro. My only regret was not YOLOing that 50K drop when I was fully in USD. It is what it is, bro. These things are always obvious in hindsight. Spaghetti risk on means the Italians are bullish. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I have 2 Italian friends, and when they DM me that they're buying, that means that I buy too. Not for everybody. Spaghetti charts, right? Just make sure we're all on the same page. We're mixing the trolls with some serious education as well, right? All the spaghetti stuff, right? You get when you join the Paragon. Thanks for answering. No problem, dude. No problem. Beyond just seeing outperformance, what's your best strategy or your best use of spaghetti strategy-wise? It really is just about seeing performance, bro. That's basically all it is. Charlie has other approaches, but I don't do anything other than just look at relative strength and performance. Uppery is the opposite of fuckery. Yeah, we like that. Mac, how do you look at your unrealized P&L swings and not puke? Sol at 35 sounds like the unrealized P&L or the P&L. Yeah, so look, guys. You want to know free life hack? I've taught this before, and I was just having this conversation with Charlie before I turned the stream on like an hour and a half ago. Don't log in. Why do I need to log into my spot exchange that has a lot of my bottom buys and stuff? What do I need to log in for that? If I don't need that money, if I'm not going to buy more or if I'm not going to sell it, I don't log in. So a long time ago, I taught the Paragon the idea of like not having portfolio tracking apps and not logging in all the time. So that's honestly how I do that, right? I have more than one venue where I do long-term spot trading, and I just try to log in as minimally as possible. I only log in when I need to move money around or when I need to do something. So I was literally talking to Charlie this morning about how I was trying to avoid logging into one of my accounts that I need to log in to do something for him, but I've been trying to avoid logging in because it has my Doge and some of my Solana on it, and I don't want to see the P&L. I straight up don't want to see my Dogecoin trade because it's going to affect me. Probably, and make me want to sell it. And I'm trying to be retarded and just hold it for a long time. Why FET over Grass and Tau? So Tau is another one that is on my list. If you looked, Tau is right next. FET, World, and Tau are the ones that I would focus on personally for AI. I like trading larger cap shit. My friend Doc has been killing it on Grass, so I know that Grass has been a good trade and it's been strong and stuff, but I just mostly focus on large cap stuff. It's the same reason why somebody, when 2 months ago, somebody would be asking me, well, why are you saying that, or maybe, a month and a half ago, I don't remember when I fucking bought my Doge, honestly. People were asking me, why would you buy Doge when it's a large market cap and it's not going to go up that much? I like trading large market cap stuff. That's just what I do. I don't like trading lower market cap stuff. All right, we'll squeeze in near last second for you, you bastard. Even though I don't imagine I'm going to care about near as much as FTM. Near got removed from my entire watch list. That's crazy. So my vibe on Near is exactly what I just said about the other coins, right? About Avalanche and any of these other things. Near will probably go up. Is this going to be an outperformer? No. I think you really want to focus in on the memes, guy. Focus on the memes. Is it true that you're 30 and rich because of order flow? Fucking iconic memes. One time we had a viewer come in here and I was talking about how order flow can be a fugazi, or it can be, you know, kind of a, it can almost be not helpful for you if you overthink the stuff. And some guy got mad and say, well, I'm fucking 30 and rich because of order flow. So, okay, buddy. So that's one of our copy pastas now. It's a good one because it's like, not like I didn't make my money from trading with flow as well. But you know in your mind roughly what the number is, right? I do have a rough estimation. One of my friends asked me on voice chat the other night. I was playing WoW with some of my trader friends. And one of my friends asked me, how much do you think you are on Doge? And I told him exactly how much I think it is. So I know. Trying to be retarded, indeed. It's actually alpha for trading. Can you elaborate on what you meant by VWAPs flattening out the overall trend of the VWAPs? Yeah, so I want to see the larger the slope on the VWAP, the more bullish it is. It's that simple. Send my near, please. Near's dog shit going to 0. So Coinbase Premium is fake? No, Coinbase Premium is not fake. It's that you have to determine why it's giving you that information, right? Premium and discount don't just mean bullish or bearish, right? You have to contextualize it with the flow, and that's why most people are better off just ignoring these kind of things. Most people are probably not going to think about those things properly, so just turn your brain off and keep it simple, stupid. Gotta find the 30 and rich meme image. Somebody has it in Paragon. I've seen it more than once. Never to be seen again, indeed, indeed. Where is that for? He's too rich for us, 100%. Honestly, guys, it's a good lesson, right? Because it's not about, like, it's not about caring about what I said or anything. It's about the kind of arrogance, right? That, you know, most successful traders, I've never met any successful traders that weren't like, you know, very humble people, right? So take that lesson. What's target for Sol? 420, obviously. Look, guys, I don't believe in targets for any of my spot trades, right? I don't know, right? You know, Solana will probably go higher than people expect. Doge rough target. I'd love to sell my Doge at like $1.50, but I'll probably sell before then. Did you take profit plan this cycle? Watch Bitcoin like a fucking hawk. Wait for obvious signs that it's over and sell it all like I did last cycle. People probably don't know how fucking insanely well I traded last cycle. It's probably my best trade in my career, if I'm being honest with myself, but little collection / history. I was bullish the whole trend, right? But once we got over here into this range, I had a little bit of a change of heart. I had a couple of, I'll be honest, a couple of takes from some of my friends telling me they were concerned. That's what changed my inner monologue as to what I was thinking about. So I was keeping a close eye on this range. And as we were bullish over 60K was my argument. And we were trying to trade up and things looked really good. During this little range right here, saw obvious signs of distribution. But, you know, distribution can easily be mistaken for just positional changeover. So I said, fuck it. Not going to change anything. But in short, there were some really bearish things that happened over here. Which made me change tune. So I hedged on this move right here, which was 66K on Bitcoin, right? But I traded futures, so I hedged at 68K, and then I sold all my spot Bitcoin from here to here. So the lowest Bitcoin I sold was 59K. I sold all my bags there too, not just Bitcoin. So the lesson is that I sold every single one of my bags because of what was happening with Bitcoin. Not because of what was happening with individual charts or, oh, I see distribution on altcoin A. No. Bitcoin is bearish now to me, so everything is bearish. That's how I do my trading, right? So how am I going to sell the top again this time? Probably not going to, if I'm being honest with myself, right? It's kind of a futile goal. If I'm going to pull it off again, it's going to be very similar to last cycle where I'm probably going to hedge off and de-risk everything and pray that I nailed it. That Dogecoin trade was obvious. But do you think it's completely saved Musk's? It was completely saved by the Musk narrative? I do on some level, right? Is that why I bought the coin? No, I bought it because I like Doge. Simple. I definitely was saying that I was lucky when that trade was really heating up. I was saying I was lucky that I was getting that Doge confluence, right? From Elon, in combination with the Trump shit too, right? It was basically the Trump trade. But what I did talk about in the Paragon was after the trade really heated up, I no longer thought the Dogecoin trade was really about the government shit anymore. And now I think Dogecoin is just about the fact that Dogecoin has that name recognition and it's available on all the major applications, right? So when normies hear Dogecoin just went up 300%, they're going to think, okay, I should buy Doge, right? So I did pivot my thesis in the Paragon group from away from the Elon stuff and towards just like basically the Robinhood traders coming in and buying my bags. You think $1 trillion is enough to retire? No, bro, you need 2 trillion, 100%. I'm expecting Sol at 600. I don't think 600 is unreasonable at all. Will you be selling everything at that same time? Most likely, bro, most likely. Again, it's all subject to change, and I play everything based off what's in front of me. I'm not going to try to predict too much about what I'm going to try to do, but most likely is me hedging out on futures and maybe some perps and then selling spot off. I don't really do the whole rotation stuff that much, right? Last cycle, I rotated pretty hard, where I rotated DeFi into Metaverse into GameFi. I'll probably do something like that this cycle, but I really kind of get the vibe that we're not going to have the same type of rotations, that we're going to have just meme coin outperformance consistently. That logic has helped me thus far this cycle, and I think that I'm just going to continue to lean into that. I always think I will be able to hold my perp trade for weeks until the first red candle appears. Well, guys, you shouldn't be trying to hold perp trades that long, right? When I'm holding a perp trade for like a month or something, I normally kind of regret it. So you should be pretty aggressive about the perp trades and just hold spot. Saying it was a good trade, it was just poor performer over the summertime chop. Well, bro, just so you know, right, it's not like I didn't buy Doge and then just sit through all that summertime chop. I bought Doge before the summertime chop, sold it once I thought the chop was going to come, and I literally bought Doge before price started going up, right? So it's not like a lot of people in our space probably dealt with all this fucking chop before it went up. I literally bought right before we went up. So that's why I got so lucky with this trade, is because I literally bought and then it just went up a lot. Super, super lucky and fortunate with how that played out. Love the life that we're seeing out of Bitcoin today. Holy fuck, it's literally just some short staking L's though. Elon's only a bull because he watches Magus streams, confirmed. Is TPO work sufficient in trending markets? Yeah, it does. You just need to view things differently, right? My main emphasis with trending markets is, use the anomalies as supports, right? They expect continuation of the trend. Look at singles in particular. Can you talk about how differently you size perps and spot? I mean, my spot trades are pretty big, to be honest, right? All my core spot positions are pretty hefty. And then, I just use like minor leverage when I trade perps. I'm very aggressive about the perp trades. I actively trade with probably 10% of my money, 15% maybe tops. And then use a little minor leverage to compensate for that, and just aggressive profit take. I don't want to say specific numbers about positioning. Also, we're getting to the end of the stream where my brain's stopping anywhere. Anyways, you think we touch 58K? 58K is within the cards. It totally is. I think that we'll bottom out before then, but 58K is possible. Your thoughts on Ichimoku? Ichimoku can be fine, bro. I used Ichimoku a lot in 2018 when I was trading alts. It's just not my style anymore. Bottom shorters again, 100%. How many calories do you eat each day? I've been cutting for a long time. I tried to start bulking again last month, and then I lasted for like a couple of days with that before I went back to the lean diet. So I don't eat that much right now, to be honest. $85, not 58. Guys, if we go to 58, it's over. We're going to 0. Oh, did I say that backwards? Yeah, I have dyslexia. I might have said it backwards. Yeah. No, definitely not talking about 58. If we go to 58, we're cooked. Bear market. 5.8. What would you say is your trading style right now? Portfolio management of my, winners, average winners. It's about portfolio management on Chad coins. My active trading is just, momentum continuation plays and buying the dip. Pretty much that. How come you cut out red meat, by the way? It's just, I just eat a lot more chicken and turkey these days because it's better for you. Simple. I've lost so much muscle mass from locking in. It is true. It is the trade-off, right? So I was cutting this year and now I'm locked in, so I'm only lifting a few days a week tops, and my diet isn't where it needs to be. So yeah, I'm definitely... I was so strong at the beginning of this year, and I'm like a bitch compared to how strong I was at the beginning of this year. I need to fucking get the grind back going again. It's just really hard, guys. It's really hard to multitask all the things you need to do. Hire a chef. I'm not even joking. I was considering doing that starting next year. I might even be able to figure out a way to make it into a tax write-off for my business, so I 100% was considering that. 100%. It would be like not the type of chef where you have a chef that lives with you or anything. Just have a dude that comes in on, once a week and cooks me some fucking meals. Totally considering doing that. I think it actually could just straight up be a smart business decision, because it could be a justification that's going to help me perform better with my work. Same is true with hookers. Yeah, 100%. My accountant just approved that one, guys. Easy clap. How often are you in and out of spot? Very, very infrequently, brother. Very infrequently. Spot's very expensive to transact and has a very large tax obligation. We're just going to categorize it as entertainment. Yeah, we're just entertaining our clients and customers. I like that. What's your opinion on getting into a prop firm to start? Look, guys, I've always had the same kind of view that you're probably better off just trading your own money. That's what I always did. The prop firms that you have access to nowadays aren't real prop firms. But you do you. Wild Docs' accountant, 100%. Charlie's my meme accountant, not my real one. All right, everybody. I think that we're probably going to wrap the stream up there on that note. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you learned something, have an idea of what type of trades are on the horizon for you. I think I did a decent job of covering everything I'm interested in. You guys know that the things I'm holding are the things that I think that you should be focused on. Pretty straightforward stuff. If you're considering joining the Paragon group, now's the time to do it. Next few days are going to be the last days that we offer the discounts. So I would strongly suggest that if it's something you're interested in, that you take that deal, because it's just a great way for you to save some money. So that's going to be it for me. Thanks, everybody. Big things on the work, on the horizon. So yeah, keep an eye out. Cheers, everybody.